play clock winding down. Clock rolling as we hit the... Now with the play clock winding down, Rex Ryan's going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, Taylor. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bengals getting set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack him.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And Green with a catch left side. The 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive...
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's McCarron. to the left side here for Eifert. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And a right side completion here by LaFell.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now here's McCarron on third. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A.J. McCarron, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action? I
think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here we go!
On second down, here's Taylor. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Shift together here from the D-line. One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And some room to roam now. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go!
Now Taylor to throw on second down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They go back to the ground with McCoy. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it'll bring up third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Let's go!
Here's Taylor. He's got time in the pocket. And got a man. It's Woods. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Carpenter knocks it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Certainly their offense has sputtered here a little bit in the first half as they finally do get on the board, but they only have 3.
Well, at least it eases the frustration a bit, doesn't it? To be able to get some points on the board, feel a little bit better about themselves as they go into the locker room and try and regroup.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. McCarron now on first down, eluding the pressure right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Back to the air on second down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Zach Brown in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. One receiver left, 2 to the right.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now look at 56. Over.
On third and long, it's McCarron. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more.
And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Finding time. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Woods as the first half is winding down. And the Bills draw a bit closer. And it's up and good. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And McCarron will try again on second. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. One receiver left, 2 to the right. McCarron, a final shot before the half. He's going to float this one deep right side. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful not being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On second down, here's McCarron. And that's complete to Huff. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Green, 39. Back to 39, Philly.
Now here's McCarron on third. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On first down, McCarron. And the grab by Croft. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And now they're in the hurry-up. McCarron from the gun on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Josh Huff, the intended target, and it's 4th down. So the Bengals forced to settle for a field goal try here as Mike Nugent is onto the field. And Nugent puts it through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Surveying the field. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. That was close to a big play. Just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
He's got time. Now he's flushed out right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. He's got a man, complete. A big gain there for the Bills. 30 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Back now in Cincinnati. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And got a man. It's Woods. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They recovered a fumble on their side of the field last time. Led to a field goal. We'll see if they can force another turnover now.
And you got to love the way that they're playing. You go back to that last series, it's almost like baseball when a guy is hitting really well. See ball, hit ball, right?
Pretty simple.
In this case, they make it simple on defense. See ball, get ball. And that's exactly what they did.
Going back to the archaic time. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Maualuga. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. What was was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And look at this. They get the turnover. There he goes, right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They send Green to the left on his own. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 50 yards on the ground. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Working from the gun here, McCarron. And that is incomplete. Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day, I didn't hit anyone hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
They come out here in the eye. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. And after the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
A big play here for Buffalo. And even 40 yards. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Back to throw. That's caught at the one. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
All right, now, look. Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit!
And they give this time to the tailback. And he is. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
Green, 39. Gone. Detroit!
Back to throw. McCarron. And able to find Green. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. And they'll run it here. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati.